Hi, welcome everyone. Thank you for taking the time today to join us. We're very excited to show you our new DragonFly Teams app. I'm Caitlin and I'm in the marketing department, and Eamon is our business development principal. And we are going to be walking you through some of the features that are up and coming in our app today. Just a few little housekeeping notes. Just drop any questions that you have in the chat, and then submit any non-app questions or support requests to our support email, which is support@dragonflyathletics.com.
All right, good morning. We're really excited. This has definitely been a feature and some functionality that we've been working on for a long time here at Dragonfly, and really excited to get this going and show you what we have. The app is available. It is ready for download. It's available in the App Store and the Google Play Store. So please go check it out, download it. We're going to have some updates that will be coming rapidly throughout the school year, but really excited about getting this going. Before I jump into talking all things app, a couple new school year reminders. As we're sitting here, the seasons are about to kick off here for the fall. Make sure you've done all these items on your preseason checklist for Dragonfly. Make sure you're ready to pay your officials. Those officials will be heading to those games soon, and we want to make sure that you are ready to pay those officials. You see there's assignments in Dragonfly, so please make sure that you and your finance team have loaded those funds. Check out our zone. We'll talk about the zone a little bit at the end of the webinar here. The zone is a new feature that we put in place towards the end of last school year. It's a great marketplace for different items that you might want to be showing the community. So we'll talk a little bit about that, but check that out. And then check out our new programs view. Our new programs view helps schools, athletic directors, coaches look at their full program all at once. So if you're the head varsity basketball coach and you want to see the freshman JV, the whole roster all in one spot, our new programs work will help you do that in a much more concise and easy manner. Okay, so the app, as I said, the app is live. It is available to download now. Our team is constantly working on enhancements, so definitely check for updates there. It's important to remember that the app, and we're going to discuss some communication here and how that works. It's very important that you make sure that the student athletes are downloading the app. When we're talking about communication from a coach's perspective to the team, that communication goes to the student athlete's profile. So it's going to be really important that you make sure that's a discussion point with the team. Make sure that the student athletes have their own profile within Dragonfly, that their parents have added them in there, that they have their own profile. They've connected to the school, and they will receive those communications from their coach. So that's going to be a big thing to remember as you get that communication started. As we're working on enhancements for the app, it is important to remember that the student athletes need to connect to the school with their profile on the web platform right now. And once they've connected to the school on the web platform, they log into the app, they will be able to be connected there and see the team communication. So that's an enhancement we're working on. But for right now, the student athletes do need to connect to the school through the web platform. And then when they log into the app, they will see their school and their teams. All right, so messaging. So when you first log into the app, you're going to see a messaging item there at the bottom left. You'll be able to click on that and see the different message threads that you currently have available for you to view. You have the ability to go ahead and click on that plus sign. And when you click on that plus sign, it's going to open up some additional options. So you're always going to be able to search for people or different roles in the app. You'll be able to also search for programs. So from a coach or from an athletic director standpoint, being able to click on roles or click on programs, click on people to send a message is going to be really easy to do within the DragonFly app. So if we click on programs, we're going to see the different programs that your school currently has available. So for this example, we have a baseball, boys soccer, and a football program. Okay, once we're in programs, all right, the athletic director or the coach, whatever you have access to in the web platform, you will have access to here in the team app. So from a athletic director or from a head varsity coach, I have the ability to send out a message to all of our baseball players, or I can just send it to the JV team. So maybe I've clicked on the programs. I've now look at the different teams that I have available under the baseball program, and I can click there on JV. Once I click on JV, it will open up a message bar there for me to start typing out my message, and that message will go to the JV roster. So here's a great example: baseball, sending out a message, letting them know that there's some weather in the area, and we're going to need to cancel practice today. So this is a great use of the DragonFly messaging. You can send out a notification to the student athletes, letting them know, about weather delays, about change of practice time. Hey, we're going to do, a scrimmage with the varsity. Let's make sure we wear our blue jerseys. Varsity is going to wear the yellows, whatever it might be. This allows you to have that much, have that message, send it to the team, or to a whole program from an athletic director, from a head coach's perspective. All right, and please keep typing the questions in. We'll get to those questions at the end. If Caitlin can answer those questions, she's going to try to answer some of them. If not, we'll take some notes on all the questions, and we'll be following up with everyone later this afternoon. All right, so let's talk about rosters in the app. So within the app, you're going to have the ability to look at your roster. So if you're the coach or the athletic director, you'll now be able to see in that bottom menu, right next to messages, you have the rosters button. Within the rosters area within the app, you can see that at the top there is a filter and a drop-down menu. If you click on the drop-down menu, you will have a list of the programs. So this is where, from a roster standpoint, I can filter my roster to look at all of our football players, all of our baseball players, all of our boys soccer players, all of the girls tennis players. You have the ability to filter to a specific program from that drop down to look at the rostered athletes. You then have the option, once you've selected a program, you'll have an option to click on an additional filter, which will allow you to look at a specific level or team within that program. So if you wanted to send a message to, or you wanted to look at the roster just for the JV team, you could look at the roster for the JV team by clicking that filter. If not, if you just click to a program, you're going to see every athlete within your program for that selected sport. Within the roster view, the athletic director, trainer, coach, whoever is logged into the app has the ability to click on the athletes within that roster and be able to get some more additional information on that specific athlete. So if we click on an athlete's name there in the roster, we're going to get pulled up their athlete profile. This is really exciting. I think this is a lot of what coaches and athletic directors have been asking for. Personally, I'm a coach. I coach middle school football, and this is exactly what I need when I'm out of the practice field. These things happen, right? Things happen out at the practice field, and I need to contact mom or dad or emergency contact because something happens at practice, and having to log into the web platform could have been difficult in the past. This is our solution here. This is the answer. The app now gives you, when you click on that student's profile, you get that contact information. You get the ability to message right to that student athlete if you needed to reach out to that student athlete about something specific. But I have emergency contacts that are clickable right there with my cell phone. So I can click on that phone number there, and I can call Luke's mom. I can call Anna, right? Click on that phone number, and I'm dialing to call mom. I can call dad. I can click on those items. I also have the ability, the student athletes and their parents can fill out their athletic medical profile. So I know if there's allergies, if there's a bee sting allergy, if there's something that I need to be aware of as a coach when I'm out there on the practice field. Just a personal note, I had an incident on Monday coaching football where we had we practiced at a park, and we had a tree limb fall, and it fell, and it actually hit a grandparent that was there watching practice, and we had to call EMS. We had to get in contact with mom. This is how we need to do it, right? We need to be able to have that information. It has to be available. It has to be quick. So this is exactly what I think coaches and athletic directors are looking for in an app, and we're happy to be able to provide this information and get it in the coach's hands. So really excited about this. I think this is an awesome feature that I hope everyone has been looking for, and will be extremely useful once we get this in all the coaches' hands and out there on those practice fields and at the game. All right. Also available within the app are credential cards. Not every state uses these, but if you are in a state that uses credential cards within DragonFly, those will also be available in the app. So you could see in the bottom menu bar, we have messages, roster, store, and then cards. So you'll be able to see your credential cards there within the app. They're available to you once you follow the directions that your state has provided. You have the ability to validate your credential card. So for some of the in some states, they ask that you're validating that credential card before you enter a contest to make sure that that's not a copy of a credential card by tapping on it and then sliding to validate. Different states do have different refresh times on that validation. So make sure you're aware of the validation time in your specific state. So that will be, something to know. I just saw a quick question popped in the Apple Store. It should be the DragonFly Team app is what you're looking for. So look for the DragonFly Team app in the App Store. All right. So like I said, we're really excited about getting that app. We'll answer a few questions, and I have a few slides to talk about things to come within the app. But really quick, the DragonFly The Zone. This is something that we launched at towards the end of last school year. We think it's a great feature for schools and athletic departments. We heard a lot of feedback that there's different items that a school or an athletic department needs to be able to make available to the school community. And maybe people that aren't necessarily in DragonFly on a consistent basis. So this gives you the option to get those things out there. So if you need to collect fees, sell merchandise, handle event registration, schedule a parent meeting, those are a lot of things that schools are using these items for. These items can be put in the zone and they can be shared. They can be shared with users outside of DragonFly. By QR code or a URL that allows them to view these items, purchase these items, sign up for an event, a bus ride, a parent meeting, if you're doing a fundraiser and you're trying to sell those barbecue plates, whatever it might be, you're able to put these items in the zone and help you to make those available to your school community. This helps you to collect that information, allow the community to pay online, eliminate cash or checks and that additional paperwork that you're probably having to handle when you're doing any of those types of items. So we're really excited about this and how it's working for schools that are already using the zone. Really important for the financial folks that may be on today's webinar, or to let them know is every transaction that happens in the zone is trackable. The funds can be segmented by team. So if your soccer team's doing a fundraiser, the soccer funds can be there. If your football team's doing a fundraiser, the football funds can be separated, or you could just have them all go back to your standard DragonFly cash account. But this does let you do something on a one-off basis. If you don't want something tied to eligibility, you can have this example, a soccer team registration fee. Maybe you don't want that to be something that everyone has to do when they sign up, but you want it to be done during the course of the season. This allows you to put that item out there, share it by QR code, share it by a web link, and then let the parents go ahead and fill out that information and pay that registration fee during the course of the season. And this was what the zone could look like, within your account. You can add items, different ideas that you could have, but think about it as a general marketplace. Whether you're selling gear, fundraising, doing a lunch and learn, and you want people to sign up, and you want to make sure you know how many people are coming. The zone is a place where you can do all those things. So really a great way to share information with the community, with your school staff that might not be necessarily logging into DragonFly and looking at doing something through a registration process. This allows you to take those things outside of a registration process and make those items available. Here's just the example of what setting up one of those items looks like. Once you hit that plus sign, you can add those items. You could pick your price. We have some pre-selected prices, but you could type in any sort of price that you want. Or if you're doing something like a lunch and learn and you just want to get how many people are going to show up, or for a meeting attendance, you can go ahead and put that item at no cost. Add the description and add which cash account you want those funds to go back to. And as always in DragonFly, we have the financial reporting. So something that I know a lot of schools love about DragonFly is all those financial items are going to be in here, ready to export from a reporting standpoint, or ready to view from an auditor standpoint. So making sure all this information is always readily available by a couple clicks to download, export, whatever it is you might need to do. All right, so a few things that are coming soon for the DragonFly team app will be eligibility requirements. So we know that that's definitely a feature that we want to get into the app. That's something that we're looking to get included into the app by the end of the calendar year, to make sure that when schools are having those eligibility items come up, that the parents and the student athletes can get through those forms right there in the app, and make it super convenient for them to handle all those registration items. Also, schedules. We want to make sure that game schedules, practice schedules, all sorts of different team events can be added into the app, so that everyone has that information readily available. Coaches can add things to the schedule that way as well. So I would say those are probably the two most requested items that we've gotten when we've talked to schools about creating this app. So those are two things that are outside of the messaging of the roster in that that athlete profile with the emergency contact information, which, like I said, I think that's great. I think it's huge. I'm really excited about getting that out there. These next two items are next in line, and the team's currently working on getting these things functional, and will be deployed as soon as we can get them out there. All right, that was a lot of information that we just ran through in the last 25 minutes. So I know that there are probably a handful of questions that Caitlin will read off to me here. But please, if you have additional questions, we'd love to hear your questions or hear your feedback on the app. Please send those to our support team. And the next slide here, after we get through these questions, just our website link to scheduling a webinar if you want to hear more or walk through your specific school's account and talk more about the app, the zone, our new programs, features, all things DragonFly as we start the 26-27 school year here. Caitlin, you got some questions for me?
Yes, we have just a few. Can I join school or organizations from the app yet?
So currently no. So right now we're asking for the student athletes to go to our web platform to create their profile and connect to their school. Once they have created that profile, connected to their school, use those login credentials on the app, and that will get you logged in with your view, with your team, so you can see everything you need to see there in the app. But for right now, web platform to get connected, and then use those credentials within the app.
Awesome. Next one is over messaging. They ask, can I still message from the web platform, and will app users get it? Yeah,
absolutely. That's a great question. So absolutely. If you're used to being on the web platform, filtering by your team or your roster, and then sending out a message, that absolutely will still work. If you do it in the web platform, it will send those messages email to the if there's an email available, and it will also send a notification within the app. So that's a great question. If you message the team within the web platform, they will see those messages. They will see those messages in the app.
And this next question is also about messaging. It's kind of two parts. Can you message just parents in the app, and can you send a specific message to one person?
So I'll take the first part there. Can you message parents in the app? So if you are a athletic director or coach, you do have options in the roles to send messages to parents. So that is available. If those parents have the app downloaded, they have the ability to be sent a message as well. And the ability to send a one-off message, yes. You can send those messages by searching the individual when you're under messages, or if you find the individual athlete or staff member when you're in the roster view and you're on their profile, you can send them an individual message from there.
Awesome. And then last one is a DragonFly coach app not needed anymore?
The idea is that we are continuing to make improvements on this app so that this is the app that you will need and you will use. So this app is where we're putting all the new functionality in. So this is the app we want all the coaches to get into, to download, and to use. So please, if you have that old app, please download the new DragonFly Teams app. That's where all this roster functionality, the team messaging functionality is all being delivered. This is the new app where we want you to be. And I think that's all of our questions, unless anyone has
any more, they want to put it into the Q&A chat real quick.
Yeah, and like we said, we'll go back through the chat, make sure we didn't miss anything, and we'll reach out. We have everyone's name that joined here today, so we'll be able to send out some additional answers to those questions if we didn't get it to them here live on the webinar. But thank you all for what you do, because we know that you do a lot within your schools, within your communities. So thank you for all the work you're doing there with the young people on a day-to-day basis. So we appreciate that. We're here trying to build technology that makes your lives as easy as possible and as convenient when these things arise. So, please check out this new Teams app. And as I said, if you have questions or want to schedule a web meeting, please go to our website, dragonflymax.com/schedule a web meeting. If you go to our website, it's right there in the support section. You can schedule that web meeting, and one of our team members will walk you through these features, specifically with your school up on the screen, so we can be as specific as possible, answer any questions or anything that you might be seeing on your end. That helps us do that when we do those web meetings. So thank you for the time today. And we look forward to a successful school year and from hearing from you soon.